Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Now while I'm waiting to get two of my remaining components for my small form factor PC, I decided to show you the unboxing and the assembling of my table that arrived a couple of days back. So this is from a company called as Popular. Their line is Genius. The line is literally called as Genius, and the model I've got is the Genius 2010. Now this is not the 2020, their latest model, but an older model. The reason why I got the older model is that one supports a bigger tabletop, which is the size of A0, which is 30 inch by 42 inch. So that gives me a bigger area to work with. And the tabletop I have got in the other package is the Pinewood variant. They have other variants such as MDF, one with normal wood with Sunmica, but I chose to have Pinewood. My earlier table also has been a Genius 2010. I just needed another one for my own to set up and make a lot of modifications to it, to set up multiple screens, to set up the SFF and many other things. So the Pinewood tabletop comes pre-treated. It does not require any other treatment as per the manufacturers, but I tend to have at least some protection, some sealant, some treatment of sort. So last time I had used some kind of sealant which I have forgotten what I had used. It was in the pandemic time around 2020, but I think it is the same or at least the similar kind, which is the Berger polyurethane Woodkeeper 1K. And if I remember correctly, if this is the same thing, it quickly dries up and it does not require anything else to be done. It's a one-stop solution. So otherwise, usually what you do is you put a primer, then you'll have a sealant, polish or varnish or something of that sort. This is one-stop shop solution. So the only caveat with this is you have to be very quick. As I said, it's quick drying. So you have to be very quick with your brush stroke, otherwise it starts gumming up. So the last time I was trying to apply this, I was a bit slow and I had it gum up completely, almost completely, and then I had to go back and get a thinner and thin it up and then reapply or something of that sort. But otherwise, if you're quick, if you're experienced, it should not be a problem. If you see, I have the previous brush to show you how exactly it looks like. It's not really a clear coat. It has some wooden tint to it, some brownish tint to it, but otherwise it does not have any other color per se. So I got myself a bigger brush this time to ensure that I am able to finish the polish at least on one coat on one side in the time it requires to dry up, and then I'll try to do the other side, leave it to dry up, then I'll do the other side. So I want to apply at least two coats on both the sides. So that being said, on with the unboxing and assembling. So let's try to see what it has. This can easily come off. This can easily come off like so. I need to be a bit careful. And this time I have both my hands to do the unboxing, because I'm using the camera on the stand as it should be, and there you go. Now for the brown tapes, let's quickly open that up. Yes. I am being a bit quick about this because I know what to expect, because this is not the first time I'm getting this. So inside you can see a lot more cardboard just to pack it up real good, and usually the color is white. I haven't seen other colors yet. Oh, this time around as well they have given free gifts. So there's the architectural type document holder. Last time I had got even more freebies. I got a plastic measuring scale and couple of clips and whatnot. Let's see. This is the connecting rod between the legs. This is the tray in between. These are the freebies, yes. Okay, and I think the user manual is in that tray. And I'll have to get up for this using a bit of elbow grease to get it out. And there you go. That's completely out. Okay. So, looks nice, brand new, no rust, very good. Have to set up the rubber stops over here. Okay. Now these levers are the single point of failure, but it looks like they have made it metal this time because of the complaints that they have been receiving. Yes, they are metal. Very nice. That's a very nice upgrade indeed. So there's a little bit of knot and then plastic wrapping that I have to get out. There you go. And I'll do the other plastic unwrapping off camera. I don't want to waste your time. The tabletop sits on these screws. As you can see, these screws, these are the ones that I'll have to put the screw in once I'm done with that. So let me put this aside and start opening that box. Okay, now with the tabletop, and there we go. It's not very heavy, and I'm not going to show you that side because that side has my actual residential address and I do not wish to show you where I live, you know, security and all. So let me see if I can coax this out, or do I need to. I usually am extremely patient with knots. I love to open them by my own hands. Okay, good. I didn't have to. What I mean by my own hands is I don't like cutting them up. I like to save the rope or the twine or the cord as much as possible. I like to be as non-destructive as possible. I'm the guy who, you know, opens the gift wraps on gift and try and see if I can, you know, reuse them. Go planet Earth. Or you can call me stingy, but I don't like wasting things. Same goes for your time, so I'll try to be quick over here. There you go. So that's one set of cord. Oh, there's a whole lot more. Let's see, but this shouldn't be too difficult now. Very well packaged indeed. That comes off like that. So I purchased the tabletop as well as the stand. Both are sold as one set, or you can get just the tabletop, or I I don't know if you just get the stand or not, at least from this particular company, but I got it as a set from Amazon. They do have their own individual website where you can purchase it without getting Amazon involved at a much cheaper rate, but then the minimum order is like I think 100, which is not meant for retail customers. It's meant for the bulk orders. So if you are a retail customer like me, you'll have to go through Amazon, which is at a higher rate than what is mentioned in their website, which, like I said, is for bulk orders. And that's the second set of cord. Okay, come on. There you go. I think this is the last stretch, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. Hopefully that's the last knot. Okay, almost there. A few more loops. It's dirty and I am wearing my clothes that I know would get dirty, so I don't mind the dirt and grime. And you know, it's furniture time. You ought to get dirty, down and dirty. Okay. All right. So there was one last knot, and there you go. So the packaging is okay, not bad. Then you have the cardboard which has tapes on it. Simply open that up like so. Oh yeah. Okay. Open sesame. There you go. So this is the pine wood tabletop. I'll just try to quickly remove these side cardboard protections so that you can see it in its full glory. Ooh. Okay. Something on the back. Okay, no problem. By the way, things got delayed because I was not in town. I don't know if you were following my YouTube community posts or not, but I was not in town. I was on a study tour with my college for a visit to the Supreme Court in Delhi. So I was in Delhi, I was in Haridwar, Rishikesh, and I had a wonderful time over there. Learned a lot, met a lot of very, very lovely people over there. Sorry about that. I think it touched my microphone and must have sent a feedback. I'll try to mute it as much as possible in post. Okay. I'm not trying to be too gentle. Sorry again. Like I was saying, I'm not trying to be too gentle with this because I need to be fast and efficient, and this is pretty solidly built, you know. So yeah, that's how the pine wood tabletop looks like. It's perfectly flush, flat, and it has these working edge to clamp other tools such as drafting arms and such items. Let me just open this up. And there you go. So as you can see, the moment I open it, it's covered with white powder. This is what I meant by the treatment that they have. And on the website, they say that it's completely fine. The white powder is expected to be there because that's how they treat this. So it says drawing board as per the Engineering Technical Institutes. I don't know if you can see it from there. There you go. Tongue and groove joints, strong battens to fasten it up. It has 2 battens so that the planks are all straight, or the platens are all straight. And it has metal screws and washers, and used with ebony edge. I don't know what that means. I think this is ebony, the working groove edge, and that's it. So what I need to do next is just give it a good wipe. I will not be able to remove everything, the white powder, but at least a good wipe, and try to remove this so that I can start applying this bad boy on this, at least the first coat, and try to clear the area that I have messed up. Okay, so let me just clear the area and start wiping this down and get back to you, all off camera. All right, so I have removed all the plastic wrapping from the stand part of the table, and as you see, these are the parts lying over here. This is the cross beam. These are the 2 bottom portion where the leg rests would be attached, these 2, and then the main frame, right? This is how it looks like. And if you see, the main frame is just exactly 30 inches, just as the what would you call it, the breadth. That will be the length, so this would be the breadth. So the length of the stand is exactly the breadth of the tabletop. The tabletop would be this side, 90-degree angle, sitting on top of this. Now with the package came a lot of goodies. So this tray is given that can be attached to this, and this was one of the freebies as I showed earlier. Along with that, they have given set of 4 white drawing board clips that can be used to again attach paper or other thin stuff to the working edges. And they have given a free screwdriver, which I will not be using. I have my own proper screwdriver and my trusty hammer, Thor's hammer. No, not Thor's hammer, just a good hammer that I use. They have given another wrench and some good old, I think these are galvanized iron screws, self-tapping screws, and these are extra knobs, bits and bobs, tube endings, washers, bolts, whatnot. So it says over here free spare parts. I do have exactly this set from the earlier table set as well, and yes, they have given the free scale this time as well. So I'm very happy that they are following that, but I'm happier that they have actually changed this to metal this time. So it's quite sturdy in fact, and what they have given is they have this detail. You can contact them if you like on this. And this is the most important part, which is a QR code to redirect to the appropriate video that you need to see how the setup and installation is done. So I've already done this before, so I know most of the things, but I did go through that. I'll give a link of this video in the description down below so that you can also check this out. And I need to start painting the tabletop, not painting as in sealing the tabletop with this, the polyurethane. And let's start assembling the frame or the stand. Now this is, as I said earlier, it's a drafting table. It's not a normal table, it's a drafting table. Now there are a couple of reasons why I chose this. The first is I can use it as a stand sit desk or a stand sit table. Now there are many stand sit table in the market. Most of them, or I would say 90% of them, are electric or electronic or hydraulic in nature, right? So all of them are fine, to each his own, but I prefer not to have electronic or electric or hydraulic systems because they become a point of failure, right? So I like the mechanical designs. I rather favor mechanical designs more than those things, because if the electronic fails, if the electrical components fail, if the hydraulic or gas springs fail, not only are they more expensive to replace, but sometimes they are very specific for their length or their pressure, or the electronic components sometimes are sourced from China or some other place that's not that of great quality. So I rather not go on that side. Trusty, simple. You see these, the metal plates are arranged in a way that works on friction fit principle. So this is one of the main reasons why I prefer this kind of drafting table. That's the first reason. The second reason is it has variable, and I'll show you, or probably you can see it on the manufacturer's YouTube video. These have variable angles at which you can set the table at. So it's not just meant to be at a flat surface, you know, whatever tangential to the table. I can have it at any, in fact it can go all the way up to, you know, being exactly upright or even a little more than that without toppling over. So I can have it, I can set it at any angle I want, and I can use it as a lift system for a sit stand system. So that's the reason why, those are the two main reasons why I choose these kind of stands. I have used this thing before. I absolutely love it, and that's the reason why I chose to buy it again. So without any further ado, let's start to assemble the main parts now. Okay, let's see. Please forgive my dirty feet. There's a lot of dust. As I showed you earlier, this would be where the tabletop is screwed in. These are the screw holes, which means this is the top end and this is the bottom end. This is where these legs would be joined in. So let me get the orientation right. This would be at the further end. Fine. These holes connect to the cross beam, and these are away from the user. On the other side, this is towards the user so that the user can, you know, roll in a chair or any other sitting apparatus, even a ball. I have one of those big exercise balls. You can use that as well to maintain your core while you're sitting, or you can slide in a walking pad or a treadmill, under desk treadmill, if that's something you're looking for. But basically I want to set these legs such that the holes for the cross beam are away from the user, like so, and hence these would be the closest to the user. Yes, you see these levers, just let me show that to you real quick. These levers should be the closest to the user. So this is the front side for sure. Let me see if I can put this up like so. So these would go like these. Hold on, why am I being confused? So if this is like this, these would go like so. Okay, yes, all right. So let me quickly unscrew these. I know I'm not going exactly according to the instructional video. I have a little bit of experience. For all the people who are doing this for the first time, please do follow the instructional video as exactly shown. But for me, because I know it, I'm taking a slight detour. I have different plans, you see. This would be a bit tricky now. Okay, you're not going in. Perhaps this one. So what I'm trying to do is, if I can show it to you, this is how it gets attached. I'm trying to ensure, yeah, there it is. Okay, all right. I'm not going to tighten it yet. It's a bit hot since I have shut the window. I don't want to switch on the fan over here, and of course I don't have air conditioning in my room, in the house in fact. So I have another fan running in the other distance, but that's not a big help. And since this is a little bit physical, a little more involved, that's the reason why I'm sweating a bit. This is 10, this is 11. Yes, it's a job for 11. So you have to be a bit patient with screwing in. Again, I'm not tightening it the entire way in. Just enough so that it won't come off. There you go. So now that's in the right order. It doesn't matter which one is left or right, you can choose either. Just make sure that this cross beam hole is on the other side. Of course, as you might see, the engineering on these things are not the best. Sometimes they are a little bit crooked here and there, sometimes intentionally, sometimes not. So, you know, you make use of what you got. There you go. Okay, and right. 11, yes. So now I just want to tighten this up. Okay. I usually am not that clumsy. But so far it's been a long day. And I just want to finish this project, at least have this be ready by tomorrow morning so that I can start using this table by tomorrow morning. Yeah. Okay, so fairly stable. See this? So I know my floor is not even at all, and that's the reason why you have these footrests. You can screw in, screw out, no puns intended. So you can just use them to level to the floor. I know this is not the perfect even floor, so I'm not going to sweat about this. I'm sweating in general. Think we can tighten this now. It's a little small for my liking, small and light. I'm used to using slightly heavier spanners. Oh my god, okay. I don't want to over tighten them. Okay. Okay, this is done. Okay. Oh my god, this is what I fear the most, working with these nuts. They strip out very easily. That's the reason why I don't over tighten them. Yeah, okay. Okay, all right, so that's that. I do want to install this according to the video. This needs to be installed next, but I'm not going to do that. I need this area to be clear, and I'll install the cross beam instead, so that the entire structure is stable before I start with the tabletop. So we'll just pick any side, doesn't matter, and this would come exactly in between. Now the idea, the future goal is to actually have a slotted angle, the slotted angle for the rack systems. So I have a couple of slotted angle, of course, lying with me. I wish to use this extensions and maybe here later to install slotted angle rack system to build up a structure that will come from the back side, hence and stabilize it to hold couple of articulating arms to hold my monitors. So as I said, the tabletop is going to be articulating by itself at an angle, which if I just have a laptop flat or a monitor flat on the tabletop, they will quite literally slide off. from the tabletop. So the tabletop on these articulating drafting table has to be independent from articulating monitor arm. How do I explain? I'll build it and show it to you what I mean. But basically there will be a set of extension angles going this way all the way to the top, and hopefully they are not exactly flush but not way too far off. They're just at the right distance so that I can have a system where I can bolt in whatever support bracket I need to have my articulating monitor arm off. So the monitor arm is on a separate support system, and the tabletop is independent of its movement. Hopefully that's the idea. So I have to be mindful of the articulating arm, or whatever I set, that it does not hit the monitor in any way. There has to be proper clearance between the monitor support structure brackets with the edge of the tabletop at the back side. So we'll figure that out only once I finish the stand, finish screwing in the tabletop, and then doing some more measurements. So that's part 2 for the additional modification, because I need to first build this and see how it measures up, literally and figuratively. So now, for now, just screwing this in and seeing how much clearance I have. Oh, beautiful. There is almost, if nothing, almost a centimeter's clearance, which I can very happily use. That's great. So yeah, see that? It's not the most stable structure for now, but it will be once I'm done with that. Okay, that is not a very good sign. Okay. Oh my God. So okay. So yeah. So now this is some semblance of being rigid. I actually have to tighten this up for the other table as well. I think the other day it came off, now it's tight. So this provides a very rigid support. Now it's quite rigid. Hopefully I can check if this works again. Okay, that's tight enough. This one's tight enough. This one's tight enough too. Now I can easily slip through two of those angle brackets if I want. There's quite a lot of clearance, and that's the reason why I said it's not accidental, asymmetric in certain places. Sometimes the you have to put a little bit of pressure to get the things just in the right place, so that it's more stable. That's the reason why I said it may be intentional at times, that it's intentionally crooked a little bit. So that is the lower part almost done, except for the tray. I would like to fit the tray a little later, but now most importantly what I would wish to do is have this stand upright like so. So now you see how it's shaping up, and now open this up like so, and these. So you have the tightening knob, the tensioning tightening knob. You can just set it to your liking, how much play you want, while this is without the lever. So this could be tightened a little more. Okay, a little more. Okay, yeah, this is fine, this is tight enough. Okay, so what I want to do is I actually just want this to be like so. Yes, in fact it can go all the way on top, if I may. So you see the articulation, this is what I'm talking about. This can go at this height, and this can, see, this is without the tensioner in play. With the tensioner this will be much tighter. Yeah, there you go. I need to stand now. Just need it to be, yeah, somewhat perpendicular, not exactly, but somewhat perpendicular. So I can tighten this up, something to that effect. Tighten this up. Yeah, that's not moving at all. Of course you have to tighten the other screws as well. Gets a bit loose during the travel. So this is done, the entire table or the stand. What I now need to do is place the board. My idea, sorry about that. So my idea is to screw in. Now you've already seen the back side of the tabletop, or the underside of the tabletop. It has those battens, but it does not have any holes to screw in. These are the self tapping, self screwing screws, which I need to hammer down and fix it. So I have a choice. I can either do it now and unscrew them and then put the sealant on, so that the holes also has certain sealant going in. I know once the screw goes in it will strip off eventually, but there will be at least some little more protection. Or I can not worry about that. I can just put the sealant on and do it at the end. So for the previous table I had actually done the second way. I put the sealant on first completely and then screwed the entire tabletop later. This time I want to change it a little bit. I want to screw in first, unscrew it, let the sealant seep in through the holes, whatever you may call it, false confidence, but I feel that it may have little more protection than the other method. So that's what I'm going to do. But for that, I don't want to place the table again on uneven surface or hard surface. I don't want to mess up the perfectly flush surface of the top side of the tabletop. So I'm going to put a cardboard on top of this and then place this and then set it up. So let me just pull that up real quick. Now I'm not using the mic. This is a wired lavalier lap mic, whatever you want to call it, and it has a wire, and I don't want the wire to get tangled while I'm doing a little more physically intensive work. So just showing you that you can use the same cardboard that came with the boxes to lay it down. I had a few extra lying around, so I'm using that. What I'm going to do is take the assembled lower stand of the drafting table, align it to the table over here, tabletop, and find the edge and just try to see which part is more feasible and find the location where I want to hammer down the screws and screw it up, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just ensure my mic does not get tangled, so you won't be able to hear me for some time. So as you can see, I have finished hammering the screws in first and then tightening it alternatively. I think I got one screw extra as a spare, so that's always good from the manufacturer in case something goes wrong. They don't want to leave you high and dry. So these things are almost flush, almost. I think this one moved out a little bit. That's what you get if you work alone and you're trying to film and do everything and you don't have a proper workshop. But that should be fine. Not a big deal. And while screwing, it may shift a bit. So a little bit here and there is fine. Now what I need to do is unscrew this and remove the stand completely, maybe fix that up, and then I just want to check the orientation, what will be closer to me, and then because last time I had an issue with that too, and then I'm going to start painting this. Now that I have unscrewed the stand from the tabletop, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the paint job. I think I'll do the underside first and then do the top side. This is a fast drying polyurethane mixture. Let me see if I can get this sticker out. Oh, so too soon. I didn't have a sticker last time. Okay. Vicious use of glue. Okay, a little bit annoying, but anyway, sticker has come off. Let me stand it over there. It still has some residue of the white powder. Let me see if I can give it a final rub. Oh, come on.